A friend once told me she had stopped praying. Not because she stopped believing in God, but because every time she prayed, it felt like her words bounced off the ceiling. She whispered, "I think I'm doing it wrong." Maybe you felt that way too, kneeling down, trying to sound right, fearing you don't have the right words. You wonder, is God listening? You're not alone. Even Jesus' disciples had to be taught how to pray rightly. In Matthew 6, Jesus pulls us into a powerful lesson, not on prayer technique, but on the heart behind it. Have you ever gone through a season where prayer felt distant or dry? I'd love to hear how you worked through it. Share your experience in the comments so others know they're not alone. We live in a world obsessed with appearances. Everyone's performing, on social media, even in church. But Jesus calls us to something deeper, real intimacy with God. If your prayers have ever felt stale, distracted, or self-focused, today's passage will show you how to rediscover the purity of simple, secret prayer, the kind that actually connects heaven and earth. To really grasp why this matters, let's step into the setting where Jesus first gave this teaching and see what was happening around him. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus had just been exposing shallow religion. He talked about giving, praying, and fasting, three acts that people used to display spirituality. But Jesus warned, when we do spiritual things for people's praise, we've already received our reward. Instead, he invites us into a secret relationship where our Father sees in secret and rewards openly. This passage isn't rules about posture or timing, it's an invitation into intimacy. When we stop praying, we don't just forget God, we replace him. A lack of prayer says, "I've got this." But prayer reminds our hearts, "I don't." It's how we breathe spiritually. Without it, we slowly drift into independence, public prayer with wrong motive. Jesus said, "Don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on street corners and in the synagogues where everyone can see them." In other words, prayer becomes performance when we care more about the audience around us than the God before us. Empty, lengthy, or careless words. You can have 1,000 syllables but zero sincerity. You can sound holy but remain distant. Jesus reminds us, God already knows your needs. He doesn't count words, he weighs hearts. God values sincerity over eloquence. A whisper from a humble heart sounds louder in heaven than a shout from a proud one. That's why Jesus said, "When you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private." Now, here's the gospel truth. The only reason we can talk to God as Father is because of Christ. Jesus lived the prayerful life we could never live, utterly dependent, perfectly sincere. And when he died on the cross, the temple veil tore in two, meaning access was opened. That veil had once separated us from God's presence, but through Jesus, we're not outsiders begging for attention. We're children welcomed into relationship. Union with Christ means his access becomes ours. His righteousness covers our weakness, and his Spirit helps us pray when words fail. How we should pray and fast. Pray privately, honestly, humbly. Jesus isn't telling us to avoid people, he's teaching us to avoid pride. The quiet room becomes holy ground when your heart turns fully towards your Father. Set aside a few minutes where distraction dies. No phone, no audience, just authenticity. Real prayer transforms us because it aligns our hearts with God's will. You start your prayer thinking you're changing circumstances, you end it realizing God is changing you. When we fast, we silence the body to hear the Spirit. It's not punishment, it's preparation for deeper dependence. Jesus says to fast so secretly that only your Father knows, because the reward isn't approval, it's renewal. So Jesus' message is simple. Stop performing, start communing. True prayer and fasting don't earn God's favor, they flow from already having it through Christ. Because of Jesus, we don't pray to earn acceptance, but because we're already accepted. Grace invites, not demands. Lesson recap.
Prayerlessness reveals self-reliance. Public show reveals misplaced motives. Empty words reveal disconnected hearts. But sincere, secret prayer renews our souls. Through Christ, our prayers are heard as beloved children, not distant strangers. This week, find your secret place. It might be a quiet corner, your car before work, or just a few stolen minutes before bed. Bring your real fears, doubts, dreams, and speak honestly. No filters, no show. Prayer isn't about grabbing God's attention, it's about giving Him your affection. And when you do, He meets you there and transforms your heart. Which truth from today's message spoke to you most? The call to secret prayer, or the reminder that grace already invites you in? Drop your answer below. Your reflection might encourage someone else watching. If this message reminded you of the beauty of simple prayer, share it with someone who's struggling to connect with God. And if you want more Bible-based teachings that point you to Christ and His gospel, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a new study. Because every time we return to the words of Jesus, our hearts grow quieter and our prayers grow truer. If this blessed you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs hope today.